Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 311 of a year of change. Today I want to talk about something that hasn't come up very often, but it's something that over the past couple of weeks has been gradually sort of coming more and more to the forefront of my mind. And I've mentioned this before. When we first started out, I said that really the only real investment, like money-wise, that I ever wanted us to do would be that at some point we're going to have to buy new clothes. And I've noticed over the past, I've noticed for a little bit, my clothes are getting more and more loose and more ill-fitting, I should say, over the course of the past few months. And now that I'm sort of at that halfway mark, I'm starting to really notice it more and more as the days go on. So the problem is, though, is that I know that in my head at some point I think it's time now that I kind of need to go and buy new clothes. Problem is, I don't know how to dress myself. I really don't. I know how to dress myself. I can do that. Usually, there's videos on YouTube that I can go up and take a look and say, that's how I put on pants. I can do that. That much is fine. The problem is that I don't know how to dress differently than I have been for the past 20 years. Basically, anytime I've ever gone to buy clothes, it's very, very basic. I went, all right, I'm going to find the largest size I can find and see if it fits. If it doesn't, chances are I'm going to have to go somewhere else. And usually, jeans and pants and stuff like that, those are a little bit different because with those, you don't want to just get the biggest size because that is, that's admitting, okay, no, I'm obviously something needs to be done. But if you can still fit into, a certain size, doesn't matter if it's an elastic, stretchy band waistband, or, that they're made out of spandex or anything else, like, oh, this is the size I wear, it should be fine. So generally, you just sort of cram everything in there, you suck your gut in, you lay down, and you try to, zip it up, and then you're laying there, do this in stages, where you try to zip it up a little bit, and then you take a breath, and you try to suck your gut in and pack all the stuff in there that you can, and zip it up again. And then you button it and you're like, all right, no, if this gives out, someone's losing an eye. I fucking know they are. So you just try to keep your gut sucked in all day and try not to sit down too much because then that's going to put pressure on it. And then you're just going to hear that little ping and they go pew, 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 all over the place. But so jeans and pants and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. But generally speaking, with shirts and tops, gentleman's blouse, with shirts and things like that, there's a specific type that we tend to go to, or that I tend to go to anyway. And I've always been very good at concealing as much as I can my fat. I know where I am. I still have a long, long way to go. I'm still probably in the morbidly obese category. But I'm much better than I was before. But I have yet to meet any of my friends that would, at first, when I first say, well, here's what I was at my heaviest, that actually accept that right away. And usually it takes, I've weighed myself. I know that's what I was at my heaviest for a very, very long time. Because and all of us have gotten used to this as well. We get very, very good at concealing what we have and trying to make the best out of a bad situation. And usually what that means is dressing in layers. And for me, anyway, it was just, okay, I'm going to wear like a t-shirt or an undershirt or something just to sort of hold everything in together. Not something too tight, but even if it's touching your skin, you're kind of okay because no one's going to see that layer. Then you have, part of the reason too is because we're fat, we sweat a lot, which is really gross. And so you don't want to have just fresh sweat hanging off on the surface. So you put on the underlayer first, and then you have usually the biggest, flowiest, drapiest. If I could have a poncho, that would be awesome. Ponchos would be good, except you could probably see in through the sides. But then get a great big shirt, cover that over you just so that it basically drapes over everything. And that's usually when I would say, okay, that's when I need to find the biggest shirt I can find that will fit. It's usually going to be somewhere between 4 and 6X. That's what I'm going to wear. And of course, for some reason, they assume that your neck is this big when the rest of your body is big. So they don't make the neck holes the same size. So you put it on and your neck goes around your shoulders and stuff. Or the neck hole, I guess. My neck probably was fairly big. Still is. But anyway. So that's generally how I would shop for clothes. I would just go in, grab 2 or 3 things if you can find it on the rack, which generally you can't. The best thing ever invented was ordering online. Because then you can go in, you're like, okay, I can order 5 or 6X, whatever I need. I'm going to order 5 of the same shirt in 5 different colors, send it to my home, and then I can wear it and no one can see me. And it's great. It was the best thing ever invented. But what I find now is that I do know now that I kind of need to go. Because I've had some friends say well, good friends. These are the good friends. The ones that can say to you, your clothes look ridiculous. You need to do something. They look like shit. Because they're a little too baggy. Because I'm still wearing the same clothes that I was wearing at the beginning of this series. I'm still wearing my 325 pounds clothes. My shirts, I'm wearing some shirts that I had before, which are a little smaller, around 2X right now. But even those, I notice, are getting to a point where they aren't just like, oh, it's hanging off me. 2X is still a very comfortable size for me, but I realize now that they are still a little drapey. It's enough that I'm noticing. So I assume other people are noticing as well. And I've had a couple of friends say, no, you kind of really need to buy some new clothes because it looks like you're wearing your dad's suit. So I know that I need to do something. But the problem is I don't know how else to dress. All I've done is just always buy, something to conceal as much as possible. And I'm not at a stage now where I'm going to say, okay, well, I'm going to wear skin-tight mesh shirts. Easy now. I want people to be able to see my nipples. It's not that. It's just, wearing draping clothes, can't think of any other word for it. I need a thesaurus. But wearing clothes that, I won't use draping clothes. Wearing clothes that drape, still change it up. That's the only thing I've known for decades, because I haven't had a tucked in shirt, or certainly sure as hell would not wear a tucked in shirt in public in years. And I'm not one of those people that I'm just going to tuck my shirt in and then let my belly hang over my belt. It's just, I could not possibly ever do that. And I still have a very big belly. I'm not, I don't have any illusions that way, or delusions, either one. I don't have either one of those. I know what I look like. The problem is, number one, I'm not going to do that just because it looks weird. But I have my t-shirt tucked in. Usually it's the t-shirt, and then the jeans, then the big drapey, toga, cloaky, capey thing. But that's how I've always dressed. Because it's habit. Because you try to conceal as much as you can. We get very good at it because we can look at ourselves and go, you know what, it's not great, but holy shit, it's a hell of a lot better than, the alternative. So going into a store and thinking, okay, well, I need to buy new clothes is a bit scary because, number one, I don't know how to dress properly. I suspect it's still going to be fairly drapey stuff, but I have no idea what size I am. I just broke my finger. Ow. I have no idea what size I am. I know that, with my shirts and stuff, it's around a 2X somewhere. So I'm not too worried about that. But with jeans and pants and stuff like that, I have no clue. Because even the ones that I have were really too small when I was wearing them. And now they're too big. But I don't want to go in and say, okay, well, I'm going to start with this and then I go from there. I'm going to have to go in. And that's the thing, I think, is that it's such an ordeal. Because I'm going to have to go in, and I'm not a shoppy kind of person. I don't get all excited going, I need to buy new clothes. Makeover, 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 makeover. I'm not that kind of person. I want to go in, get my shit, and get the hell out. And part of that is because, we're so self-conscious about ourselves that we don't want to draw, more attention to ourselves. And say, hi, do you have this in a tent size? Which is what I really need. Because they do give you strange looks. But I know that I need to go in and probably grab 5 or 6 different pairs and try to figure out what the hell my inseam is. I would imagine. See, this is another thing. I think that my inseam is pretty much going to stay the same, but I don't know if the width of your thighs contribute to that, because some the pants I have now, they fit just fine, but now they just feel like they're kind of, I don't know, they're weird. I can't explain it. They're just weird. So I don't know if that's going to be a factor. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't want to spend an hour getting stuff. But I know I'm at a stage where I really should be buying proper clothes because it looks odd. And if it's enough that I'm noticing, then other people have probably noticed long before I have. And again, I know I have a tremendous distance to go. I'm only halfway through where I need to be. So I'm not going to get something and go, oh, there we go. I'm now a size 28 waist and I can wear a super small shirt and everything is going to be fine. Because I'll be tucking in rolls everywhere. But it's, I think part of the problem, or part of the reason I should say, not necessarily part of the, well, yeah, part of the problem. Screw it. Part of the problem is that, number one, don't know how to dress myself, don't know how to shop, don't know what to actually buy and what to wear to have it fit properly. But this is a new concern for me. We are so used to being self-conscious. That's nothing new. It's always been because of the same thing. We're always self-conscious because we're too fat, one way or the other. I don't want to go to this party because, I'm too fat. People are going to stare at me. I'm going to be the fat guy at the party, and it's just, I don't want to give that Chris Farley vibe off where I'm just like, hey, well, he's the funny one. I don't want to go to this outing because, they're going to be going out to a meal and I don't want people to see me eat because I'm too fat. Again, you don't want to go do that. I don't want to go to this, small group gathering because people are going to pair off and I'm just going to sit there awkwardly and go, so tell me about the guy you're currently fucking, because I'm too fat. So but it's different because this is the first time that I've ever been, I still have that self-consciousness about being fat. That is not going anywhere. And I think it's going to be around for a very, very long time. But there's this new thing now. And I've never had it before where I'm self-conscious because my clothes don't fit. But not in the same way where it's not like, oh, my clothes don't fit, they're too tight because I'm too fat. And you would think that it's a little bit easier because you think, no, my clothes don't fit. And if someone said something, I was like, well, the reason why is because I've lost 80 pounds. Like, I have that to fall back on. So it's not as bad. I mean, I'd still much rather deal with, this self-consciousness about my clothes looking weird because it's something I can easily fix. If I just grow a pair and go out and buy some shit. Grow a pair and buy a pair. But it's so different because I have that to fall back on. But I'd much rather have this than the fat. But the fat self-consciousness is not going anywhere. That's still there, which is why I need to really stay focused and go, okay, don't buy a Speedo. I think we know that much. Speedo is off the list right now. Oh, yeah, no, that's gross. I'm never going to ever would I buy a Speedo. Anyway, we're going to move on from that because it's just going to give you giving me nightmares, let alone you guys. So, but it's that weird self-consciousness that I've never, ever had before where my clothes are too big. It's such an alien feeling to me that, and I understand, why I have it. The logic isn't lost on me. But feeling self-conscious because my clothes are too baggy, it's so weird. It would be like someone saying, you should really be a little self-conscious because your hair is way too long. You have too much hair. It's too long. It's weird. I can't even explain it because it's such a foreign concept to me that I would be self-conscious because I'm like, my clothes are too baggy. I need to buy smaller clothes. I've never, ever had to do that. Even if I was yo-yoing, there were always clothes that I had that I could wear that at some point, would have fit. But it's been so long and I just have been steadily gaining that I don't have any of those. And even if I did, they're going to be like bell bottoms or something with a popped collar. Fuck, never wore a popped collar though. I'm proud to say that. Any of you people out there that wearing popped collars, you are a douchebag, just so you know. Anyway, so I know that over the next couple of weeks, I need to sort of screw up the courage, go out, and spend the hour or two that it's going to take to go out and get some clothes that properly fit. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to go to shop because I'm so used to going to places and then not having sizes that I'm still sort of expecting that. I don't want to overcompensate and say, well, I'll buy these and try them at home and then go, what the hell did I buy? The waist is this big on it. So it's going to be difficult because even if I find something that fits, I don't know I'm assuming again that the drapiness is still going to work just fine. I just don't know if going out and buying these clothes, if it's going to look even more ridiculous doing that, or if I need to change something up and say, okay, well, you need to tuck this in, or you need to wear it this way or that way, because there's just been that standard moo look that I've gone for so long. And you trust me, you can't just grab a stranger at a store and say, "Can you help dress me?" Because they get really pissy about it, and they do a slapdash job. When all things are said and done, they don't put the effort into it. So there you go. But I don't know. It's going to be a little difficult. But I think over the next couple of weeks, I might try. I might just say fuck it and pussy out and not do anything anyway, which I suspect is more likely than me going out and buying new clothes. But it's to a point now where that self-consciousness is getting to me where it's like, no, I really, even if I just get like one or two pairs of things and like, you know, nipple clamps, pairs of jeans or pants or something, and then I think shirts, I'm probably okay. For the time being, I'll be all right. It's mainly from the waist down, because I literally feel like I'm wearing clown pants. Just they're very, very baggy, they're loose, they're flowy, and anyway. Dress pants for MC Hammer. For any of you that remember who that is. If you don't, I don't know what to say. And if you do, now I'm sad because he was bankrupt. Anyway, I don't know how to end this because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. If I'm going to go, when I'm going to go, where I need to go, and even after I get everything, I'm probably going to sort of stick with what I know, which might look ridiculous, but I'll at least subconsciously feel better and say, all right, at least they aren't clown pants. I still look like an idiot. That's okay, but the baggy pants aren't adding to it, and just sort of go from there. As far as the tucked in thing, that's going to stay under lock and key for a little while. I figure once I get under 200, then I can start looking at maybe tucking some stuff in. Clothes. Easy. But in general, I'm going to I want to keep concealing things going. I mean, I wear a t-shirt with you guys, but there's fucking bingo wings going everywhere. So, yeah. But in general, I don't even wear stuff like that around my friends. I still wear, layer after layer after layer. And I'm probably going to keep that just for a little bit, even if it's like a mental security blanket. But I do know that I need to go out and do something, because right now I suspect people hear clown music when they see me walk by. And not just because I'm fat, but because of the bagginess. Which sounds much dirtier than I intended. Anyway, I'm going to stop this here because I don't know how to resolve this. I don't know. Someone come shopping with me. That's what I need. I need someone to go shopping with me. Maybe I'll grab someone and say, you have to come shopping with me. Which would make things really awkward. I'll probably ask a friend instead. Maybe that's what I'll do. But anyway, until I figure out what I'm doing, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.